All right, now to the latest in our drainage investigation. If you use double the amount of water as your neighbor, you would expect to pay twice as much on your bill.
But the math is not adding up in the city, or the math's not mathing in the city of Houston. Amy's here to tell you why 1 + 1 doesn't always equal 2 at Houston Public Works.
Yeah, and you know, we were doing this story because transparency is really what our drain investigations are all about. You should be able to understand what you're being charged and why. So when one Houston homeowner couldn't figure it out or get the water department to explain his bills, he called me.
Kevin Anderson lives alone, a very modest lifestyle in this small home on Dalton Street in Southeast Houston.
Just the average things. I mean, dishes, laundry, showers, and that's it.
He's questioned his water bill since 2019, wondering how in the world he could use 4,000 gallons of water a month with no leaks and no real landscaping he's watering.
I checked with one of my neighbors, and I'm paying like 2 to 3 times more than she is, and she has more adults living in her home.
We checked the bills. In October, the city billed Kevin Anderson $88.28 for 4,000 gallons of water. They billed his neighbor $50.48 for 3,000 gallons.
And then this bill was $88.28.
Anderson went line by line on both bills to try and make them make sense. Take a look. His neighbor paid $4.47 for the residential consumption water charge for those 3,000 gallons. Anderson was charged $29.88 for 4,000 gallons, a pretty big disparity.
I'm trying to figure out what's the math, how is this being calculated? I mean, what's the math? This math, there's no rhyme or no reason to this math that they're using to bill.
When we asked Public Works to explain it, spokesperson Aaron Jones sent us this 12-page document detailing Houston water rates. It shows the rates you pay for water depend on how much you use and the size of your meter. But we noticed the biggest jump in rates between 3,000 and 4,000 gallons. Once you use more than 3,000 gallons of water, your rate increases by up to 5 times. For example, Anderson and his neighbor both paid $7.78 for the residential base water charge and $14.35 for the residential base sewer charge. But when we did the math, we see Anderson is paying $7.47 for every 1,000 gallons of water, while his neighbor's rate is just $1.49 for every 1,000 gallons.
Every month, there's no way you can make sense of it with the bill.
While we were here, we scooped the rainwater out of Anderson's meter box so we could check his reading.
0856, okay.
The little red dial that would indicate a leak if it were spinning was not moving, a revelation that doesn't make Anderson feel any better.
I just feel that it's an outrage, and there needs to be a voice for this to be heard. And when I saw that you was actively being the voice for the community, I wanted to do as much as I could to let you know, hey, I'm someone else that is having this problem, and I'm at wit's end. I don't know what else to do. I was reaching out for help.
So on click2houston.com, in this article, we are breaking down those line items that we mentioned that you'll see on your water bill and showing you how you can check the math yourself. Even when you do that, it does nothing for all the people like Anderson who don't think they're using the amount of water that the city is charging them for.
Yeah,
so there's
okay,
still
I understand that threshold,
right.
But now
Yeah.
why am I even in this threshold when the neighbor next door with 4 times as many people is using less? That is kind of strange.
Using less, exactly.
They're not showering next door. I mean, what do you even,
exactly.
how do you even make sense of it?
Yeah, maybe they take much shorter showers. You don't know, and things do vary. Every time we do these stories, we want people to know that we are keeping track. Mayor Whitmire says he's working on a program with the City of Houston to try to resolve and fix these issues. So we do know.
I'm going to get a water meter at home and say, all right, kids, we're at 3,999. No more water the rest of the month.
You can. Shut it off.
That's kind of what I do.
All right.
Whatever works.
Thank you so much.